This video might just be the video that changes your life. These are all the things I did in order to change my own life. And now I'm living my dream life. I went from being depressed and just upset and all in my head to being the most confident version of myself, to being the most beautiful version of myself, and getting even more beautiful, to becoming the highest version of myself. All because I applied these things into my life. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, number one, I shifted my negative mindset into a positive one. Now, when I was in my little depressed era, what would I do? I would think very negative things as a way to protect myself, because I had this inherent belief that if I do not prepare for the worst, then I will be very disappointed, and protecting myself in that way, because it's easier to just see this coming than hope for the best and then see the worst. This is a terrible mindset to live by, and I have stopped living that way since 2023. I stopped because it made my life negative. I saw the negative in everything, and I did not want to live that way. I remember I even told this to this person I used to be friends with, and I was like, being pessimistic is being realistic. And that is so not true. Whatever you think is realistic is based on what you think. Now, if you think optimistically, that is going to be your realistic. If you think pessimistically, that will be your realistic. And if you see another person accomplishing something that you never thought, and you have a pessimistic mindset, you're going to be like, oh, that is absolutely not realistic for me. Oh, this is absolutely not realistic for the people around me, because you have that mindset. That's not taking you anywhere. That's just keeping you where you are, and will keep you where you are if you don't change it. Second thing that changed my life was believing in God, believing in the law of attraction, the law of assumption, just believing in the universe. Now, I practice detachment as much as I can, and detachment is where, you have this desire and you want it, but when you obsess over it, it just drives the thing away. What I do is I just leave it. I'm like, God, the universe, whatever that I'm meant for, I will get, or something better, because I deserve the best in life. And that's it. I don't go too much into it. I don't wonder, oh my gosh, why is it not here yet? Why is it not here yet? I don't care. It'll go. It'll come when it needs to. And I just go do something else. Because I'm not worried about it. Because I'm not worried about this not coming into my life. I'm protected, I'm divinely guided, and whatever is the best for me will happen. Third thing I did to improve my life is change my environment. Meaning, the people I talk to, the people I interact with, the content I consume, the media that I see. For example, when I was in my negative era, when I was in my depressed era, I would be hanging out with people that were also depressed, that also thought of things pessimistically, and who would, trigger warning, harm themselves. Now, if you're hanging out with people like that, you're obviously gonna be like them as well, because you're the average of the people, the 5 people you hang around with the most. And then at the time, I would also consume very negative stuff, or I would distract myself from my life and watch other gossip and stuff like that, celebrity gossip or whatever. And then one day I woke up and I'm like, this is not doing anything in my life. This is not benefiting my life in any way. And my parents would tell me that constantly, like, what is this giving you? What is this giving you? And I would ignore them at the time because I didn't really understand what they meant by that. But now I see the point. What am I getting from following celebrity gossip? What am I getting from engaging with content that is not fulfilling me? I'm not getting anything from it. Which is why I stopped. And I stopped engaging with, hanging out with people who think negatively. You can try, to get them to improve and think in a positive light. But if they do not want to help themselves, you can't help them. And that's why I'm out here to help myself. I'm out here to only keep myself happy. If others want to join, they can join. But I'm not going to be the one helping and forcing you to come with me. I'm not dragging you with. You either come with me or you get left behind. There's no other option. Fourth thing that improved my life was going on my healing / spiritual journey. Now, my healing journey started after my toxic relationship, and also when I unpacked just friendship trauma that I had when I was young, really young. And that's when it started. And aside from that, my spiritual journey was also began around that time. And I guess my relationship with God, my relationship with the universe has been a little on and off. It's been on and off for a while, and I just want to get back on it because there's no one else I can really trust. And life has proved this to me again and again, that the only stable thing in my life has been God and God's blessings. That's it. People, they come and go. Friendships, they come and go. Relationships, they come and go. It's whatever. So my priority is only God and my happiness. The fifth thing I did was going outside, getting physical exercise. Because when you move, the energy in your body moves, and that stagnant energy gets to move. When you sit in your room all day, when you just bed rot, when you are rotting on your phone, just scrolling, where's that energy going? There's this saying in Hindi, Khali khopdi shaitan ka ghar, meaning an empty mind is a devil's playground. And when you are mindlessly scrolling, your mind is empty. Meaning your mind is just, you're not being mindful of things. And when you're not being mindful of things, that's when you start thinking negative thoughts. That's when you can't be in control of your mind. That's when you stop thinking in a way that benefits you and then your mind becomes your enemy. You see, your mind can either be your friend or it can be your enemy. When your mind is your friend, you think positive thoughts. You can manifest easier. You're not blocking yourself from those things. And when your mind is your biggest enemy, no matter what you do, you're not going to feel like anything you're doing is enough. You will feel like a failure no matter what you do in your life. You're going to feel very, very low about yourself. You're going to develop low self-esteem. You're going to hate yourself. You're going to project around with others. Because you're not taking care of your mind. You're not taking care of your thoughts. Your thoughts are very powerful. You need to realize that your thinking has the power to change your reality. And if you think I'm on some BS, okay. 6 is not taking everything that my mind says as truth. Now, your mind is a very interesting place. It's a very complex place. Because it develops and it starts thinking thoughts based on the people you surround yourself with early on. Your subconscious beliefs set by the time you're 8. So whatever you went through in that period of time, parents, friendships, whatever, those beliefs are what rules your entire life until you fact check, until you look and question your beliefs. If you don't, you're gonna and live your entire life under autopilot and under those beliefs that you made when you were 8. For example, maybe when you were younger, 8 or younger, your parents told you that you're not good. You are a failure, or you can't do anything right. That's what you're gonna take to adulthood. That's what you're gonna take to your old age if you do not check your beliefs. If you do not question your beliefs. If you do not question your beliefs, your mind is gonna believe that very same thing until you die. And that's terrifying to me, because I would rather live a life where I am creating my reality and I am the one who has control over what I am living through than have my subconscious manifest destructive things for me when that's not what I deserve. You see, every single thing that your mind says is not true. When you think that everything that your mind says, whether it be negative or positive, and let's be honest, most people think very negative thoughts about themselves, and they believe that, that is when you start manifesting self-destruction. That's when you start manifesting negative things for yourself. Try thinking positive things about yourself. Try thinking in a way that, you know what? I deserve the best there is to life. I deserve the very best that life can offer me. And you don't know how fast these things happen. You don't. You need to give it a try. And I mean, you have nothing to lose if you try. You know, you're not paying, you're not doing anything. You're just changing the way your mind thinks. And yeah, it's gonna take time because it's a habit you built over time. But it can also be reversed because neuroscience. It's fascinating. And it's surprisingly, and it's easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but it takes time. It takes consistency. And you just need to believe. That's all it requires. I mean, if you're skeptical, sure, if you keep going at it, right? Because at first, I was also skeptical with the things I would say to myself because I'm like, girl. Because that's the conscious mind. Your unconscious mind is your servant, is your slave. Whatever you tell it, your wish is my command. Whatever you tell it is what you're gonna see. If you feed good things to your subconscious mind, through repetition, through SATs, through different manifestation techniques that are on there in the internet, you can bypass the conscious mind and it'll seep into your unconscious mind. And that's what reflects in your reality, because the unconscious mind is reflects 95% of your life. Your conscious mind controls 5% of your life. 7, sitting in silence for as long as I can, but at least 10 minutes. Why? Because when you sit with yourself, you sit with your thoughts and you observe them, and that's how you start either questioning your beliefs, just getting to know yourself. You sitting with yourself in silence is how you get to know yourself. I mean, it's not like when you're on a date with someone or when you're trying to get to know your potential friend, you don't listen to music while you're hanging out with them, or you don't watch videos, or you don't distract yourself while you're trying to get to know someone. You are silent and you're hearing that other person out. Treat yourself that way, you know? If you want to get to know yourself better, you can't distract yourself by listening to music. You can't distract yourself by scrolling. You can't distract yourself by watching TV. You can't distract yourself if you want to get to know yourself. And when you know yourself, you don't get easily swayed by other people's words about you. But if you don't know yourself and someone insults you or someone says anything bad about you, oh my gosh, your mind's gonna come up with all sorts of stories, and your people pleasing is gonna turn on, and you're like, oh my gosh, but I'm not that person. And then you start explaining yourself, and then you worry so much about proving this person wrong and ensuring that you are a good person. But if you know you're a good person, why would you spend so much time trying to prove to other people that you're a good person? I mean, if you know you're a good person, right? You know you're a good person. I mean, let's say someone walks up to you and calls you an elephant. Are you an elephant? No, you're not. You're a human. Okay? So that's just ridiculous. You're not gonna accept that. You're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I am not an elephant. I swear, I'm a human being. That would sound ridiculous. Now, their insults are the same thing. It's not true about you. Whatever you think is true about you is what you're gonna believe. Now, do you believe what those other people are saying about you is true? If that is, then you're gonna feel a little offended. If your self-belief is not built on a strong foundation, then you're gonna believe what they say. Yeah, because your foundation is not strong enough. It shakes. It's built not on proof. It's built on just ego. And ego is fragile. And the last thing I did was stop trying to be perfect. Look, perfect does not exist. We all start somewhere and we get better as we keep doing a thing. We do not become a better person, or we do not become quote unquote perfect when we just sit there and think in our head and plan and plan and plan and plan about how we're gonna execute something and just never do it. I would rather take the action, look like a fool, just get better every time I'm doing things, than not do anything at all. And yeah, taking action is scary, but so is not taking action. So is being stuck in a miserable job that I don't like. So is being stuck with miserable people that I don't like. Being stuck and living a miserable life that I don't want to live, that I'm not meant to live. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this motivated you, inspired you to change your own life. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.